And this one is addressed specifically to Dr. Pathak. Please elaborate a little more on why children get cancer. You said their blood is old. What does that mean?
We have learned so far that cancer is a disease of old age. And as I mentioned in my presentation, when you get old, why you get old? Because you lose the telomere. How do you lose the telomere? You stress yourself. Now, if you don't stress yourself, look at our rishis and munis. Look at their rate of aging. And look at us. You meet a friend of yours after 10, 20 years later and see he has bald hair, he is balding and he is pained and all these things have happened. And you ask him what happened? Oh, I have lots of stress. So when children get cancer, some of the cells that are coming from the parents, a stressed parent, if they are going to have children, please listen to this very, very carefully. In a stress condition, you are going to reproduce a child. That child is going to express when he or she comes in this world. You are transmitting actually a cell that has reduced telomere to start with. In other words, the child is having defective stem cell. So if you go back and read the doctrine or guidelines that our rishis and munis have set, when you are ready to have a child, you have to have peace of mind. You remember when a mother is pregnant, there is an instruction that she should be kept very nicely in a nice place, good food she is eating, she is not being stressed at that time, because if she is being stressed, child is going to be stressed. There is a movie already made on this, on live fetus that is developing in the uterus. That if the mother is driving, the baby is here, and she starts the car immediately, there is an action on that child. If she is using very loud music, there is a reaction on the child. I don't have to remind all of you that how Abhimanyu learned how to invade Chakravyuh. I don't have to remind you. 20 years ago in St. Luke's Hospital, I have witnessed this. The baby was born, and the pediatrician has looked into everything possible, but baby is crying. Why the baby is crying? There was nothing wrong. So they had to do research and found out that the mother who gave birth to this baby, she was actually drug addicted. So when they put that drug in the milk of that baby, baby is happy. So there is a tremendous problem while the baby is developing in the uterus. So those babies who come over here, they come in this world with defective stem cell, and because of that they have this problem. If mother is smoking while the baby is developing, mother is smoking, mother is drinking, doing all kinds of those things which we say no. That is going to affect that baby who is born. That's why children develop this. Yes.
Sometimes the mother is so innocent, she never drinks and never do any bad things, but the children.
Yeah. Go next step. What happened to the children? This is a very rare case. You will think what happened. That time mother has not taken any drug, street drug, or have not smoked or whatnot. If somebody in the family is smoking, for example, I'm telling you, second-hand effect. Not only that, if she has some infection over here, that infection is creating problem for the baby. I may not be smoking, I may not be drinking, but I have infection somewhere in my body. That infection is creating problem. And every cancer we know, there is no exception to this rule, that every cancer is caused by a genetic defect. And genetic defect you can induce by 3 ways. This collectively we call clastogen. Any agent that breaks the chromosomes is called clastogen. And we have classified this clastogen into 3 groups. One is chemical agent, chemical clastogen. Either you take from outside or you secrete in your body itself abnormal amount of chemicals. That creates problem. Second is physical agent, this X-ray and beta rays and all this you get. Third, the most neglected group of clastogen are called living clastogen. Bacteria, nematode, all these things. Virus, they create problem. I may not be smoking, I may not be drinking, but if I have viral infection over there, that will be a problem. Now, one more point I just wanted to mention with the permission of.
I'm sorry. I'm turning into this Hitler.
The very first question, I just want to mention this gathering of wonderful people. What I experienced in my life, I have experienced quite a bit when I came to this country. The very first meeting I went to attend in Galveston, the flagship hotel. Some of you might be knowing. I don't know if it still exists. I went to that meeting just after arriving 2 months in Houston. I went there, and I did not know anybody in the conference. So I saw an Indian gentleman, very lovely person. I had known his name when I was a student in India. So I read his name tag, and being an Indian, I can very easily recognize with the color. I just went to him. I will not mention the name of the gentleman. I went to him. He was all alone. He was not surrounded by anybody. And I went there. I introduced myself. But sir, my name is so and so, and I have come from India. I'm working in medical center, and I have read your paper, interesting papers. And he looked at me and he said, "So what?" And he immediately walked away. No, this is a personal experience. It hurt my feelings so much. Actually, so much. Next day, what happened? Next day, during coffee break in this conference, the TC Shu, I showed you the picture, he was sitting over there, a very well-known person in the field, nominated 3 times for Nobel Prize. I was sitting by his side, and there was another professor from Texas Tech in Lubbock. He was sitting over there. And this Indian gentleman came to Dr. Shu, and he said, TC, he has been asked by Brother John from Australia to write a memoir on the cytogenetics of bats. You know the bat's mammal that hangs upside down? So TC Shu told him that, look, on my left-hand side is Dr. Sen Pathak. He is the world authority on bat chromosomes from the old world, because I did my PhD on that. On the right-hand side is Bobby Baker, sitting over here. He has done his PhD on the New World bats from America. These are the world authorities sitting over here. They will give you information. You will not believe. From that moment onward, that professor, Indian professor, started treating me like his son-in-law. So the message I want to give to this group, that if any young chap from India is coming in, whatever field you are, please raise your hand first. You are in the leadership position. That the young man is hesitant. He is hesitant because Colonel Saab is in a very big leadership position, and if I come over here first time, I will be scared to talk to him. But it should be the responsibility of Colonel Saab or the leadership position. Raise your hand. Come on, come and talk to me. And from that moment onward, I have started practicing this in my life. Anywhere I go, even here I came this morning, I started chatting with her daughters. Young generation, they are our future. So I go to any meeting, anywhere in India, anywhere, I like not to talk to biggies. I have to go away from them. I sit down with students, become a student. I tell them, hey, I'm an older student. I take more time to learn anything, but I will sit with you. Tell me what you are doing, how can we of any help to you. So please do this. This is a folded hand, I'm making this request. That whatever discipline you are,